Hello and welcome back to Infinite Roleplay. My name is Nelson, your totally immersed power gamer, and this is Mappa. This is just a community hangout that I put together so that we can chill, make noise, chat, and make maps. So give me a minute and I'll see if I can get anybody coming into this hangout, share the link, and I'll start making maps. Totally most power gamer, and this is Mappa. That was loud. That was incredibly loud.
Not my fault.
I know. All right, let me share this link before I start making maps, because we gotta make our maps. Make them now, make them cool, make them wow. This would be like my Mappa theme song. You gotta make our maps, make them cool, make them now, make them wow. Mappa. That would be. I am live, but this is just one of my silly hangouts, just to be chill.
Right now? Yes, we are.
I'll make some maps. Maps are cool. Maps just rule. Mappa. Oh, this is great. I'm having so much fun, and I'm not actually doing any sort of cartography yet. It's amazing.
I'm playing Skyforge. It's actually pretty good.
Hearing clicking in the background. Oh no! Now we have a chittering horde. Who that? That can only be one person, right? Yeah, Brian.
Hi, Nelson.
What up, Brian? Like to come in here and spectate before the madness.
He's not here to be productive. He just wants to watch the shit happen.
You say that, but Brian is actually a kick-ass mapper. Yo, I'm like doing so much shit looking into Incarnate, and this motherfucker started making landscape portraits. I had no idea. I'm watching them things. I'm like, you are a fucking genius. You are a genius. And now it's Chepe.
Nerd 2.0.
Chepe Le Pepe. Hey. Hey, Chepe Le Pepe.
Oh, we're live.
Yes, this is a live hangout. However, think of this as one of Juice's hangouts, except we actually have a goal, and that's to make maps.
And we actually do stuff.
Maps.
Yeah, we actually do stuff.
Yeah, we actually have goals.
Holy shit, creativity.
Yeah, that's I'm sorry, Juice, but that is the difference between your live hangout and Mappa.
I get a lot more done in Mappa than I do in Juice's Hangouts.
Well, then you're doing almost any hangout, dude. We always devolve into some sort of madness. Oh yeah, did you see the post? I tagged you in that post, but I had to step out the house for a bit. Because of you and Ethereal, I started making this map today. Which is how you were saying it was like a temple and whatnot. So I actually made a dwarven temple. So I'm gonna be working on that. That's what I'm probably gonna be working on today. Unless anybody else has any other ideas.
Broken, like Omater herself.
I think with what Ethereal had just mentioned already, he's got me like inspired to write an entire like encounter with story and context now. Like by the end of the week, I think this is going up on my drive-through store with like zoom ins and encounters and maybe encounter tokens so that they can be moved around. I've already got it. Where is it? I've already got it so that for the most part, you can take out the caves. So you could have. Okay, I'm gonna do different versions, right? One has the caves like this, Uh, not the broken dungeon, but I have one that's pretty much unbroken. So you know, like the temple while it's fresh, in case you wanted to use it like an actual temple. So you would have an actual temple to run adventures in normally, and then maybe like 1,000 years in the future, you've got the broken rundown temple, or maybe it's just broken and run down, and then you could add the cave system later on. I don't know, whatever. You know, it's gonna be like almost like my generic maps, except that I might add like a couple of one or two adventures, or maybe I'll go crazy and just do a whole fucking whole plot following this one dwarfen, acolyte. Enters the temple as an acolyte. 100 years in the future, he becomes a priest. 100 years as a priest, some calamity happens. Then, like 100 years after that, he's like the last remaining person defending the sanctity of this temple. And like 100 years after that, the players go, "Hey, we've got a mission to go there for some reason. I don't know what yet, but you know, who knows?"
Nice.
I'm thinking this hallway I'm going to destroy either. From this point, should I destroy the northern side of the hallway or the southern side of the hallway?
I say south.
South?
Mm,
No one likes the south.
Yeah, nobody likes the south.
it's topical. They dislike biscuits and gravy.
They don't like having cement in their intestines.
Nobody likes having some in their intestines.
That's what biscuits and gravy is, for all extensive purposes.
He was nice when I had it.
Wow. It's so mean.
Transferring the brushes into GIMP right now. That's the only reason why I don't have the thing up yet.
Alright, cool. I thought you would have had all the brushes that I had made.
No, I lost track of it after a while. You know, I got busy with the Quicka, with GURPS, and with a bunch of other stuff.
So you lost track of the stuff because you got busy.
Yes.
Alright, Chepe, my man. How diddly do? I diddly dee. Chepe's gotten busy. Yeah, I was over here singing like my versions of what the Mappa theme song should be. It's bugged. I'm just gonna erase it.
I imagine it's some variation of the Oompa Loompas.
No.
Various things.
How does that translate to
Mappa, doo-doo-doo-doo. Mappa,
Mappa? Mapping's what we do. Mappa, you can map too.
Okay, those brushes I already had. Huh. Mappa, doo-doo-doo. I'm sticking my head now. Thanks a lot, guy. Fella, person. Well, mansions, wall brushes, that's what I need. The ever lovely expanse of GIMP.
Look, GIMP is free, and it's actually pretty damn good. Like,
It is.
if I didn't already have Photoshop, I would be a GIMP nut. I'd be like, I don't care what I gotta do, I gotta learn GIMP.
I've got another map for you. If you are wise, you will listen to me. Oh, Ben, I ended up finishing the Muskev. The Chongri.
You talking to Ben?
Assassins. Yeah.
I think Ben is gone.
Did Ben leave?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ben,
never mind.
Ben either left or just dropped out. One or the other. Never know. You never know with Google.
Yeah, because Google is so wonderful that way. We have
Absolutely.
our ever-talented Brian and his amazing escapades into the world of paint.
Don't worry, Chappie, you'll get there. We have faith in you.
Gotta get there eventually.
Yeah,
actually made quite a
one of the things you have to realize is that it's probably the same for Brian, But you know, I've been doing this art thing since I was about 3 years old, dude, nonstop for the most part. Like I
Considering that
just
Sorcerer PDF was like my first attempt at anything like that.
yeah,
So,
no, the composition is beautiful. The Sorcerer PDF.
Mhm.
Like seriously, if you actually own the rights to the art in that PDF, you should. I'm almost tempted to redraw your entire fucking PDF and tell you put this up so we can put it on drive-thru. Because it's seriously worth it, dude. It seriously is. You know, I've seen things on drive-thru. The same thing that you told me about my maps. Just imagine me telling you every single last word about that Sorcerer PDF.
it's also not legal to. There's that. I hate it when I find videos that I've shot. I've been trying to shoot videos with Manicam for the channel, but it ends up sucking because the freaking audio is recording way too damn soft, and I don't have any audio adjusting program to make it better. Damn it, Manicam.
I gave up on Minicam, man. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it no more.
Damn it, what was I doing? Yes, I was loading this brush. That's what I was doing. Nails. Skip the clips, brushes.
Where it is. Yeah, there you go. There's people that can beatbox that make you think, like, why do singers get so much praise when you got people that can beatbox the way they do?
I'm tempted now. I need to stop.
Tempted.
Tempted. Like when you beatboxing is like a state of mind, like a meditative shit.
Yeah.
You start doing it, man. You do it for like hour and a half to 2 hours. Like you just can't. If you've noticed beatboxers like move their bodies all the damn time.
Yeah.
It's just natural. Like it's just something that you do when you beatbox. Like most people, it's really hard to just stand still while doing it. Makes me think beatboxing is like a part of a neurological enigma.
It's like singing. You can't stand still and sing. It's just there's no feeling to it. Beatboxing, singing, you know, a lot of everything is just creative self-expression. When you feel it, you feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling yourself.
Chipmunk's just looking for a way to scientifically that he wants to beatbox all day, every day, all time.
All day, every day. That's damn right. You got to beatbox. It's kind of the same way I get when I start doing voices. I just can't stop.
Oh yeah.
I'll just start talking like this all day. I'm talking like this right here. I'm gonna do that water right here. Made that done. I made that done. I just made that look. I just destroyed that hallway. That water hallway there. Now there's nothing but rubber right there. Right there, there's rubber. You see the rubber right there? Right there, there's rubber.
Right there, where that way.
Right there, there's rubber. There used to be a hallway right there.
Right there, the rubber back there, back in the middle, back in the day, man. You know what down before right down all that shit, man.
Yeah.
$2.
Gasoline. He just said some doom data gasoline. What the hell?
What are you talking about, man? I say everything, man, like boom, man. I'm speaking perfectly, man, in text, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Go right there like George Bush. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Some doom data gasoline. I'm thinking I'm
gonna got gasoline, man.
I'm gonna just remove.
Just gonna start scatting. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm the scat man.
There's a lot of things you could say about Rosie O'Donnell, but she can scat.
Cool. You know what? People don't scat, and that shit is a skill.
It is. Although, what's their names? Like Kyle and Keel or something like that? Kyle and Keel? Comedians?
Key and Peele?
Yeah, they were YouTubers first, then they got Comedy Central.
Oh, sweat. Yeah.
They have a scat skit that was pretty funny.
Scat skit?
Scat skit.
So a scat skit.
Scat skit.
Skit about scatting.
Skit about scatting.
Holy cow. Skit
Skit
about scat.
You know, in a moment of meta realization, skit scat also is something you would say while you're scatting. Alright, time to forge to yonder glory. Screen share. Should I do full screen or should I just go to GIMP? Do.
Oh, that's right.
What's an appropriate map size? What do you normally size it when you try to make a PDF out of your map?
I have some that are sized inappropriately because I do like poster-sized maps.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to limit myself to the normal letter size, which is 8.5 by 11, or some sort of size within that spectrum.
So here, I love how toilet paper is an option. The toilet paper is an option for templates in.
That's horrible. GIMP is now horrible.
Inches.
Wow.
8,889 inches by 5.56 inches.
So an entire roll of toilet paper.
Yes. Let's see here. Anyway, 8.8 inch by 5.5 inch for this particular ratio, which is a 6 by 40 pixels. 640 by 400. I could do 800 by 5? No. I don't know. Just do 1600 by 900 pixels, I guess. Maybe. I'm making a town, so really don't know what.
It depends on how much resolution. I go crazy when I do my stuff, so I usually do things at like 200, 300 DPI, which is the maximum pixels per inch that any household printer could do. Once you start getting past 300 DPI, you start getting into like industrial grade printers, like commercial grade. I'm saying industrial. Actually, I could have been doing this with the dungeon, like an idiot, but I haven't. Anyway, doesn't really matter.
Okay, seeing if the screen share function is working. Bacon is always the way of testing this.
You always test it with bacon.
I do test it with bacon. I test everything with bacon. So it's the measure of a good woman.
Is that to see how well she makes bacon, or how much she tastes like bacon, or what? I don't understand.
It tastes like bacon, and that has a few very interesting consequences. So,
Consequences or benefits? I really don't understand.
probably both.
It's like,
Would
wow,
imagine so.
bacon.
Just saying.
If you got a woman and she tastes like bacon, that chick can cook. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Don't mind me. To imagine that just.
That leads a whole new meaning to the phrase cooking bacon in the oven.
You know what? No. No, I'm look, dungeon, mapping.
Dungeons, mapping. Yeah. Mappa.
That's gonna, I think we need to coin that as the official phrase said whenever we need to get back on subject for this hangout.
The beautiful thing about Mappa is that you're always on subject. At least your picture is. Your voice may not be.
Yeah. The good thing is that as long as we could talk about just about anything and still make some maps, that's the point of the whole thing. So there you go.
That's what we're doing. It's a beautiful thing, you see. You know, working together, making maps, being creative.
We're gonna making maps. Yes, it's a beautiful thing, a wonderful thing, a fantastic thing.
The best thing this century.
Century.
Does this sound like I'm on old time radio?
Yeah, no, right? That's what we need to do. We need to make another hangout where we just talk like we need to make like a 1910 to 1950s sort of themed hangout
I wanted to do a video series because I did the Smithers and Jimmers videos for BrigadeCon last year.
Yeah.
I sound like a 1920s voiceover announcer, and I have like ragtime music playing in the background. And it's all black and white.
What?
I make some Laphadite jokes and things like that. And so I was hoping to do a series of videos like that where it's Smithers and Jimmers reviews and just do like the dumbest RPG reviews.
You know what? They'd probably still have more context than the reviews that you hate on anyway.
It's true, but still, making a good review is a decent talent. So I respect those who actually do. Shoutouts to Tetsubo.
Yeah, I'm no good. I can be incredibly critical, but I'm not entirely sure if that's what it takes to do a good review. I get
But your overviews are good, like your walkthroughs, which are effectively just walkthroughs, like the looking over like your thoughts on Age video was really good because it actually showed the product, which is like 1,000 times better than most reviews. Like overviews 8 times out of 10 are more helpful than reviews. Reviews are a very specific thing. Reviews are for people who don't have the time but need to become informed on a product. I know this is totally about maps.
Overview do the same thing?
Overview doesn't relate. Overview is not about bringing someone who is ill-informed to being a full informed consumer and being able to make the decision for themselves. Overview just presents the information with the visual actual representation of the book on the screen. So overviews and reviews, if you look at both of them together, that's what I typically do, is try to find an overview of some kind, or at least screenshots of what's actually in the product, and then compare that to 2 or 3 different reviews before I actually go about buying something.
Yeah, I like to watch reviews sometimes just to hear what they have to say bad about the product.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard things where they're like, oh, I can't stand this mechanic. It's so horrible. It's so horrid. It's worthless. And I listen to it like, you know what? That doesn't really sound bad at all. Like, what are you crying about? If that's my reaction, I'm like, okay, I can get the product. I can get into it.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a sign of a good review, that someone can walk away completely disagreeing with you, but knowing whether or not they want to buy the product.
Yeah. But
It's a sign of a good reviewer.
I tend to also take things for what they're worth, rather than getting all crazy about, analytical all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said that was bad. I can't stand that. I wouldn't know what to do with that. No, just use a little bit of imagination, man. Fantasy Age is a really simple system, and maybe some people aren't really ready. They feel like they're beyond such a simple system. And if you say things like that, and you highlight the only the fact that that it has so much simplicity in so many different areas, that I can't really get into that. However, if you wanted to get really advanced, I mean, everybody is creating, like you just did the sorcerer backgrounds, right? Which is, custom homebrew stuff for D&D 5th edition. Now, I know that took a lot of work. You had me jump in to some of your backgrounds and try to break them to make sure they were kind of balanced and stuff, and it takes more work to do that with something like Dungeons and Dragons than it would for Fantasy Age.
It's true.
And being that it is mostly a setting agnostic system, it's actually built to be customized. So, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, Fantasy Age. Like, really, do I need to get more into it than that?
The only reason, I was really interested in Fantasy Age, but the more I realized, because I played Dragon Age and I really like the way Dragon Age is put together, I just don't find that particular setting all that interesting enough to play in constantly.
Wow, I love that setting. I just never got into Dragon Age because I wasn't sure anybody would play it.
The issue I have with Age is the fact that I already have GURPS and 5th edition. I don't need to spend more. The generic version in and of itself doesn't do anything else for me. I'm already doing all the work anyway. So I'm just spending money to do more work that I already have the tools to do. If that makes sense.
I guess. I mean, the thing that makes it the most different than any other is the stunt system, and that's what I enjoy a lot about Fantasy Age, because you could take the stunt system and actually create a simple chart with your own stunts, your own custom stunts for your own setting, or you could create custom specializations that some of the things you might get in specialization is a very specific stunt that works with the style of whatever specialization you're going for, you know. So like in Fantasy Age they have the sword mage. At one point in the sword mage's progression, they get a stunt, and you can cast a spell after a melee attack for a specific number of stun points. And it's just one simple stunt, but it's very, very, very indicative of what the sword mage represents and what the sword mage is. And it's done so simply and so easily, where you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to change this, and every other class everywhere is going to get changed. It's, you know, for 5th edition, it's a lot harder to do that.
Do you have a single wall template or wall brush that actually just stays the same? Like it doesn't change when you shift directions. It doesn't change the thickness of the brush.
No, because I mean you could just do that with any brush. Do you want to do that in GIMP? Want to get you're trying to get the outline, the black on either side? Okay. I had to reinstall my computer, so I don't have GIMP installed anymore. But it has a functionality similar to Photoshop, where you can stroke a selection. So if you draw a wall on a different layer, like just as a test, you see that just draw a line, draw a line or a series of straight lines, or do them in white, not in black, but in white.
Okay. Racist.
I know, right? All right, get rid of that background so you're not looking at the background. Okay, now select add the magic wand. I believe should be able to select all the white on that layer. And let me see. There should be something either under edit. It's the functionality is a little bit different where they put things, or right click. Maybe it's on a right click.
Right click, edit stroke selection.
Yeah, stroke selection, and try to flip your colors so that black is your primary color, and stroke it in black, and you'll get a black outline for that white wall.
Solid color pattern. Line style, stroke with paint tool, paintbrush. It doesn't give me an option to do the opposite line. It just gives me, oh, here we go, line style, cap style, join style.
You could just stroke it with the paintbrush, you know, but play with it. And you'll probably find something that you enjoy, like a style in which you enjoy. Oh, what did I just press? Hangouts. I'm just screwing with me right now. All right, here we go. I'm gonna change. Where's the caves? Caves copy. Can I open up this cave sections more? Or no? Did I?
Nope.
Oh.
Older, great and mighty leader of Mappa.
What happened? Did you do it or no?
Nope.
They didn't work, or
No, they didn't have an option to stroke it with brush.
you read off the option stroke with paintbrush. Just go through the options, dude. Click them. They don't need to be what you want, but if you're just clicking them, you can explore the possibilities so that you can have a chance to find if one of those options will work for you. Don't just look at it and be like, it's no good.
Retry. Stroke selection.
Right. So that's there. Delete that. Hopefully I didn't make too much of a mess. Alright. Here we go. Going through the same things. Here we go again.
What's with the echo?
I don't know. Yes, that's why I changed that. Alright, so let's explore some things. I'm gonna erase over here. All that junka. Erase that junka.
Mappa.
Mappa. Yes, hello. Here on Mappa, we make world maps. We make dungeon maps, and hopefully in the future I'll start making battle maps. I'm trying to hold off. I don't know why, but I just am.
You know what you really want in life? You just want grids everywhere, all the time.
Grids everywhere.
Grids everywhere.
Grids everywhere. They're on the floor and in your hair. Grids are in your face. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere with that, so just know that. Grids that are in your face. There's, I don't know, something all over the place. That's about as good as you're gonna get.
What are you doing, Brian?
I'm doing a dungeon map as well. Let's try.
Well, aren't we all spiffy? So much filters.
I'll be on theme, I suppose. Dungeon maps night.
Yep, dungeon map. Well, Chepe wants to do a city map, so
Still trying to learn how to do city maps.
he's you know, Chepe, he's got to be the special snowflake.
Chepe just lagging behind.
It's because in all the Mappas, you like stopped playing around with GIMP. You just sort of quit. Yeah, that's so weird.
Who?
You.
What?
You just
I
quit.
still use GIMP. I used GIMP to make the sorcerer PDF. Just became more familiar with the program in other areas. I just haven't done a lot of mapping recently.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. That sorcerer PDF took a lot of hours.
Yeah, I would assume so.
So
I mean, it looked really good. So
I hope after 70 hours it looked decent.
70 hours.
I'm including some of the development time in that, even though it was more, but like some of the actually writing the source projects.
Still, 70 hours. A lot of time.
It's one of my favorite classes, and I wanted to give something to the D&D community. So there you go, guys.
No, that's Chepe just put in he put in 2 weeks of full-time work basically on that source or PDF. So,
Over the course of 6 months.
hey, still took 6 months, but that's still a lot of time and a shit ton of effort. An effort not just from yourself. I mean, there's other people that helped you out, worked on that. So you got old man hours, play testing, theory crafting,
multiple play testing.
You know, I think I might go through the same thing with this whole super ultra mega hardcore D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna end up with enough homebrew to just write a brand new product based on the D&D 5th edition thing. But it's like,
I don't think it would be legal.
no, it wouldn't be unless they do the open gaming license like they did with D20.
There's no way.
You know.
I mean, that could potentially kill the branding at this point. There are plenty of people who want to do them, but most of those people are wanting to make money off of D&D, not necessarily caring about the life cycle of the game itself.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because, I think I got, everybody's playing D&D right now. Otherwise, I would just, focus this ultra death mode on another style.
Now, a game that would do wonderful with an OGL? Dragon Age. Not Dragon Age, the Age system.
Yeah.
They could make an absolute killing if they opened it up to an OGL, because I have no doubt there's several bigger companies that have already experienced like their own homebrew stuff of Dragon Age, like Cobalt Press.
Yeah.
Like, they could do so many cool things with that. I would buy the shit out of like a full, proper Midgard Age game.
Dude, if they opened up Dragon Age to an OGL, I would make that like my full-time career to just produce for that, specializations, races, regions, stories, adventures.
Yep.
It would different stunt types, alternate stunts, making stunts for just swords, just sword stunts. If you want to be a sword specialist to represent that you're a sword specialist, you can choose from sword stunts, Go into history and look at how certain swords were used and tactics, and man, I would just go bananas. Because it is such an easy system to write for, and I actually had emailed them over there because I had purchased one of their Age products, one of their Age bestiaries.
Yeah, the Age bestiaries are pretty good. Have you seen the Midgard bestiary for Age?
I didn't go through them all. I started with the Cthulhuid one and the Beastmen, but when I saw that it was geared towards Dragon Age, I don't have Dragon Age. I have Fantasy Age. So it's like I've got to do converting now. And I was asking them, because I couldn't find it, if they had an official conversion thing, like, was there a formula that they had to convert these products? Because they have them out. They have Fantasy Age out, however, it's geared towards Dragon Age, which is slightly different.
They need a planetary age.
That'll be their futuristic one?
I'm in a science fiction binge. Like, I love the fact that we're playing Traveler.
Yeah, my brother was like, I was telling my brother about like our characters' backgrounds. I'm like, no, that was just character creation. He's like, what game is this?
If you like old school stuff, like Traveler's pretty damn hardcore. A lot of ways.
It's nice, man.
It is. That was just the Mongoose one. Like we got the easier version. Of course, any game where your stats are your health, it's instantly going to be grittier. Because the more you go down, the less effective you become.
Yeah. which is cool.
Like it. That's why I'm doing it for the whatever the name of this system is.
Where is my thing layer? Why is that not working?
Damn it, Nelson.
Okay. What, Devin Nelson? What did I do?
Told me to do something in white, and now it keeps switching to white as a default, and I keep messing up. Damn you.
Oh snap! It's the topless Brucey Bruce over here.
Oh, Bruce is in?
Yeah, Bruce is in. The
Oh,
Bruce
boy.
has arrived.
What kind of map is he making?
I have no idea. We're gonna have to find out. Bruce, what kind of map you making?
What kind of map am I making?
Yeah, what kind of map you making?
It's Mappa. Did you just post this on the one-shot group or something, Nelson?
I did post a link to the one shot group.
Oh, that's
But
why people keep
I did
coming
not
in.
put down. Did not put down. Let's make maps. It's about making maps.
People don't read the descriptions.
Oh golly. We should know
You act
better.
like
Right?
people are responsible. You should know better.
Like,
No, I should have known something was up when Bruce showed up.
I think I was obligated to like make a map. I just want to come in here and see what's going on.
What is what we doing? I mean, you got a map, didn't you? Didn't you make up that map for yesterday's game, man?
Yeah.
So you got a detailed version, a prettified version.
I'm not sure if I'd say pretty, but it works.
You want to make a pretty version?
Super pretty.
I don't really like. It's
Join us, Bruce.
Join us. Enter into the fold.
Give in to peer pressure.
no.
No.
All I ever did was love. All Bruce ever did was hate.
Oh,
What?
snap.
You're the only one that I'd ever love.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you're doing your city map as a sort of profile view?
Yes. That was the original idea.
Is there any specific layout? Like, do you think you should lay out your streets and city blocks first, and then fill
Yes,
it
I
in?
do. I'm just trying to get an idea for how I'm positioning the houses. I'm just putting them in random places to see what shapes I like.
Well, if you do
Similar
them in,
to Sonic
if you
strips.
if you start placing houses in layers, and then having one blank layer that you paint white over, you can start layering your houses one in front of the other in certain places to get that look of increased density.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Like I'm doing them in separate layers, each cluster.
That's right. I gotta fix what I did here. Uh-oh, he's giving in. Here on Mappa, we do not only make maps, we do beatbox and make music. Courtesy of Chepe Le Pepe, also known as Fawn Trodden, also known as Rubber Lips.
Rubber lips. It's better than Whiplash McGee. Actually,
Whiplash McGee. Why would you be Whiplash McGee?
that was the name. We did a comedy sketch during college, and but basically I was the actual beatboxer, and the other dude was just some he was the good-looking pasty white kid. And so he looked a little bit like Justin Bieber, so I just do actual beatboxing and a bit of rapping around. He was like, yeah, word, yeah. His name was Whiplash McGee, and I was Toast McGoats.
That is wonderful.
I heard a rumor that monsters are coming back. Expositional yet pointless dialogue.
Somebody is listening to something that's a little bit creepy. The monsters are coming back.
One of several and
Hello,
protecting
Bruce.
us from badness that are not good. Who knew that an airship from the evil and weirdly high-tech empire from one town over?
I
What?
blown by a demon.
Is someone listening to Thundercats?
I will rule Terragaya. That's the name of the fact.
I don't know.
I'm getting pretty...
Look a shark. And then that boy run away. Oh,
Nelson, you should know better than to post it on the USG.
to this game.
No,
I know. You know, I was trying to be inclusive.
this is a hangout about making maps. It is inherently exclusive to those who do not make maps.
You know, trying to be inclusive, help people out who might need help learning how to make maps and stuff. But no.
You could have just post the link to the Map Makers Consortium.
I did that too. Ba 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 boom ba ba boom ba boom 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 ba ba boom ba boom ba boom ba. We have a dwarven temple here. Worship at a dwarven temple here. Alright, is this... There's the brush. So is this brush here, sort of. Yep. Oopsie mug and daisy. So I made an error in my ways. I'll turn that one off and turn this one on. That is... Wait a minute. Does it still have that pattern strike? It still has that. That should... This should be drawing out, yeah. Why is that? Bugging out. I don't know. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Okay. Problem solved. Bow, 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 boop, bow, 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 boop, bow, 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 boop, boop, boop. What is this? I don't know what that is. Screen. Is that anything? That is just an odd layer I put there for absolutely no reason. So we'll make it ripples. Drop it.
Hey Brian, what kind of dungeon you making?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you know what? If you are making a dungeon, it's not even showing up.
Not?
Nope.
Alright. Let's try. That better? See it now?
Nah, it's not sharing. It's Google. Google is being Google.
That lovely Irish internet.
What makes better ripples in these pools? Black or white? You think?
Yeah.
Huh?
That is better.
White?
Yep.
Alright. Difficult to see at that level. But possible to see at this one. I could brighten it up. How do you brighten white up? I don't know how you do it. You stroke it in white. Right. Positioning color opacino. Pacino.
Possibly.
Isa Pacino, Al Pacino. Mira, Pacino, ¿qué tú haces? Oh, what did I due to that, but is that it? It shouldn't be on anyway. That's that. Okay. Sometimes when you're working with 100 billion layers all over the place,
Get lost.
yeah, you change something and recopy and redo something, and you're like, what just happened? Then you got to figure out what just happened. But the good thing about working with a billion layers is that when you mess up, you can pretty much always undo whatever you just did.
Yes.
So that's great. That's gravy. All right, so that temple is sufficiently beat up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what else. That's a lot of rubble. Poor temple. I think I'm gonna change the cavern system a bit. Make it more. Oh, that's right. Supposed to do it with that one first. Oh well. So let's change this up. We don't need no education.
Go to school, kids.
Yeah. That was just that old song.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Mess that up. You don't want to mess that up. Yes. Does anybody know the squeeze rules in the DMG?
The what rules?
Squeeze rules.
Squeeze.
Yeah, Ethereal was mentioning that the map has a lot of good areas for squeezing, and I actually don't know what the squeeze rules are. Like I could imagine, but the actual rules I do not know.
Can't say, not off the top of my head, exactly what you're referring to. He's referring to tactical combat, right?
Probably, yeah.
There's rules for cornering people. I don't remember what they are.
Right. That's easily readable. That one, that spirals underneath, right? Or do you think I should put like some sort of thing there that sort of enhances that look?
I would put something there to enhance the look.
Should it be like a shadow, like it gets a little gray?
That would work.
All right.
Yeah, try that.
Because these are supposed to be higher elevations too within the cave.
Yeah, I would definitely make the lighter ones like the
Hmm.
upward, and then just make it darker as you go because it's underground, so it's like a ergonomic thing.
Yeah.
Assume the basic principles of logic in the real world as in the map.
Did you say something about the consequences of logic?
Ergonomic. Like it's an affordance.
Right. What
a thing that makes sense naturally because of natural physics and our basic assumptions. Like we assume it'll get darker when we go down.
Yeah, even though there's no light anywhere.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything right. I'm painting in black when I should be painting in white. Oh wait. That. I'm wondering. If I use that as a selection here, well, that's.
What do you think of this about making a cliff face where the town built along this hill?
Wait, that's the cliff face?
Yeah, I like all of this right down here. It's, there's a lower area over there.
You're using the wall bits as house brushes. Cool.
But this, yeah. These aren't houses, these are
Barracks.
grave markers, like arcs.
Oh shit.
This is the temple.
Alright, that's cool. I think whatever you do, alright, because the way the style looks like it's like it is, to make it a little bit more easier to read, that you make a legend. You know?
Yeah. I figured I was gonna need to do that.
Alright. But yeah, that makes pretty good looking gentlemen, hello.
Hello.
Oh, Chepe.
Yes.
To get the look where it looks almost crenellated, in the stroke menu, you have to put a stroke mod that follows the direction, and then up the spacing slightly.
No idea what you mean, so I'm just gonna completely ignore it until I learn about strokes one day.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to reinstall GIMP one of these days. But yes.
The proper brush to use for the wall.
What did I just do again? So what's up, gents?
What up, my homies?
That's the
Who
old
came in? This really isn't even the whole town. It's just like a part of it. Le Temper. The Wanderer. Roads. Okay.
So you gents making maps or just chilling?
My guess is Paul typed something.
Oh yeah, there's typing going on. Holy cow. Oh, you're working on a specialization. All right.
For age?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what age really needs, is more of them, particularly for different settings.
Yeah, Bruce, is it setting specific to one of your settings, or is it just a generic? Oh, after a smoke and such. Of course. Though we here at Mappa do not promote smoking in any way, shape, or form, we also do not discriminate against it. And as I say that, the cigarettes come out. He has to smoke because he's cool.
We do not, here in Mappa, we do not make smokers go outside. We do not believe separate and equal. We do not believe in segregation whatsoever in any form.
And it helps that they're in completely different places called their own freaking homes, and I don't gotta smell none of that stuff. Logic. Illogico. Right. Oh, that's why I had 2 of those. I'm an idiot. Before I drive myself utterly insane, let me actually make it to a folder. Right. Another subfolder within a folder that's next to a folder because I don't know what it is about me. I just can't help but make tons of folders and layers everywhere. But I do have an organizational system though, so.
I believe it's only understandable to you.
Actually, no. My naming conventions are actually pretty good. Because like sometimes when I do commissions for people who are commissioning to actually own Photoshop, I might do like the naming conventions, and I'll do a quick tutorial video about which ones have which effects. Because sometimes I like to do layers that turn off. So like I was saying earlier before, like this same temple but in a pristine format, then in a ruined format, and then in the ruined format with the addition of the cave system is what the goal is. So open up this cave system. If that's the upper and the lower.
Is this supposed to be a wall?
Is what's supposed to be a wall?
This brush. This particular brush.
No, that's not a wall. That's one of the manor homes.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, all the brushes that I made and the way that I usually do city maps is from completely top down silhouette. The wall brushes actually just look like generic shapes, but the way they work in like Photoshop, because you can actually save the programming, is that they create walls. In GIMP, you have to reprogram it like every time you open GIMP. I don't know why, but it's just what GIMP does to you. GIMPs you. You heard that? That is terrible.
It's true. The way at least kind of looks like the wall comes back around. Still debating about the roads.
Yo, that whisper song is hilarious. We got our. Oh wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's the upper. That's the lower. So if I mask that. Oh yeah, that's right. I actually have to collapse this bad boy to a certain extent. Let's do this because I'm just taking too long chatting. Not that much time mapping, but I need the actual masking thing here. All right, boom, 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 boom.
Maybe I should use a gray for the roads. Maybe that would work.
See, about halfway down. Gotta change the. You know what I should just do? I should just do a gradation opacity, right? Or is that too high tech for a map? For a map of this style. Oh wait, this is just all lower level, so screw that. Boom, 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 boom.
Trying to find this one freaking brush. The bad thing of downloading like 400 brushes from DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really have a good search function. Yeah.
You know what's odd? I make a habit of collecting brushes and often never use them. Because I know how to make brushes, so sometimes in the speed that it would take me to find a brush suitable to my needs, I usually just make one.
So you have hundreds there, Nelson.
My ire
Yeah.
has been established, Nelson.
I've yeah, I've got about 100 brushes.
Here we go. Should work. Just hopefully that wasn't a thing important that I just ended.
How's that? Does that still read well, or is that too dark? Juicy Ben. Put my. I'm not even gonna say it. Wait till you see my crit. Wait till I see my crit. DM. Wait till you see my crit. I'm gonna fuck that monster up.
That's the worst rap line ever.
That's my remix. That's my remix of the Whisper song. The reason you gotta whisper it is so that you can surprise your DM with a critical hit. Unless, of course, you're dealing with Fat Ninja DM, because he's just gonna steal your critical hit.
Dude, he'll just go straight up in there and crit like 8 times.
Yeah, what do you think of that? This change in color? That's too much for the map, right?
No, that looks alright.
Oops. Incredibly exciting. What do you think of just using a gray circle as the roads?
A gray circle? Wait, hold on. Let me click on your screen. Aren't there any brushes in GIMP that are more like values, like tones,
No,
like dots or patterns or of any kind?
there's an option for it that you can do.
If you know how to do it, I would suggest using that instead.
Like a dotted line.
Yeah. Or not a dotted line where you sit down there and put all those little dots. If you have the option. Otherwise, maybe if not that, like a lighter shade of gray, so that it doesn't clash. Well, not clash. I shouldn't say clash, but so that it's less evident than your cliff sides. You know what I'm saying?
Less pronounced.
Yes, less pronounced. That is the word. Whenever you need a word, you go to Chepe.
Words
Or
mostly.
Paul, because Paul is another smart dude.
Paul
But
straight up
don't
quote
go
the
to
dictionary.
Heath ever. Don't ever go to Heath for a word, because he'll pull out a word from high school that you have forgotten 15 years ago, if you ever decided to learn it. Yeah, but you gotta remember, ninth grade vocabulary stops at ninth grade, dude. You should have seen this. Yeah, I have figured out this puzzle without even knowing what the hell that word was. And I'm saying to myself, why'd you be some dumb thing that has to do with this letter and it's the people's names? And it was. And if I knew what the word was, that puzzle would have been so easy. But it's like, what the hell? Who the hell is Fib and Nachi, and what are they doing here?
It makes no sense. Because they're not even arguing about the puzzle.
I have a love-hate
Look,
relationship with Chrome.
You could talk that crap, but I am the one that figured out the puzzle. All right? Talking about get up on that college. Just because I don't know the word, don't mean I can't figure out the puzzle. Matter of fact, I think I solved all the puzzles in there. Yes, I did.
Everyone else back there.
I solved did all them puzzles. I don't know which one is this. Oh well. We got that one. We got
That's pretty. That's pretty.
Actually, should I go with that? Cause that's like a nice color change, right?
You're a nice color change.
You know what? That's kind of racist.
Is it?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay.
Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew.
Hmm.
Guess what I am? I'm your friend, Juicy Pet.
Bad. Put my no. Yeah. In your
You can't say that. That's all.
It's way too late.
I think I'm gonna stick with that one, and instead of doing that, because I like the way that blue looked, and it kind of represents what I want to do. Because it would be, if it's lower in elevation, it should be like picking up some of the water, right?
Nah. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. It's lower, it should be picking up some of the elevation. What do you think of circles?
Hold on, I'm still fiddling with the what? The circles? What circle? Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's that. Come on, if that don't read as a path, you know. What the rest of you guys think about those circles? If he stops deleting them all,
Yeah.
I mean that definitely reads as a road
or
or at least a
something?
pathway of some sort.
Yeah.
That looks like a stylized techno bunny, or it did before you deleted it all.
Stylized techno bunny punk. It's a thing.
Word, that is your new thing. Stylized techno bunny punk.
I really hope not.
That's your new. Come on, man. The carrot of justice. That is the entire campaign. The carrot of justice.
What the fuck? There we go.
Your quest giver's name is Nibbles. Like that's all. The whole campaign, man. Why you hating?
Nibbles is a bitch.
Oh, wow. You are so hateful.
Mm,
I think it's getting on my nerves. And it won't go away. Ugh. That's not that bad. That's pretty cool. Except for this one layer, but I'll hook that up. Zoom, zoom in the boom boom.
For some reason, it keeps switching over to a different selection tool, and I'm not sure if I'm accidentally hitting a macro or not.
Probably are. Making this like people make manga with tones, because tones are the thing. You hear my tone of voice?
Never took you for a mangaka. Is that what it's called?
I will never ever get used to that because that just sounds so funny because reasons.
No, I know you're a nerd, but like,
Why? But did you like completely wipe your own memory of when I actually played Maid with you?
oh no, I'm well aware.
You know,
No,
like
I meant no, but you don't strike me as like someone who would go out of their way to make manga.
why?
You
Are you
just
talking about
don't
read manga or make manga?
make. I know you read it. I know that well
Like
enough.
you now from methylene is challenge accepted.
Exactly. Well, I actually have Manga Studio. So, what challenge? I already do it.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our own version of Made the RPG, and you're gonna make manga for it. It's just gonna be like a 3-page PDF, and 2 pages is gonna be manga, and 1 page is gonna be rules.
Yo, bring it. Bring it. You know what? We don't even need to go Made. Whatever one of your 1.5 billion settings you want, write a 1-page encounter, and then we'll just make a comic book of the NPCs interacting with the PCs. We'll do it. I'll do the tones and all. I won't even use. I'll just straight use Photoshop. I'll even use Photoshop, and we'll just do tones the entire way through. Think I don't know about tones, motherfucker?
I didn't say you didn't. I didn't say you couldn't. I just said it didn't seem like something you would do.
I know what you said, and you already know that I like to mess with you. So I don't know what you're trying about.
He's my best friend.
I think I'm pretty much done with this map, right? Like what? There's not really much I can do with this.
You could draw a living statue of Ilmater.
A living statue of Ilmater. Ilmater.
Ilmater.
I
Sounds
gotta
like
do a
a-
living statue of Ilmater.
Ilmater.
So how does
Sounds like a stick
Ilmater look?
tomato.
How does Ilmater look? Plus, if I do a statue, it's got to be a top down. So, what is that?
Ilmater.
Do I have the eraser brush? I had the paintbrush. Why did I have the paintbrush? I don't even know why I had the paintbrush. I thought I had the eraser brush selected. Yeah, Ilmater. I got.
Sounds like a sick fruit vegetable.
Nah, it's making me think of that animated flick Cars.
Yeah.
The living statue
Mater.
of Ilmater is just a portrait of Mater from Cars.
Yeah.
And he looks sick. He got a thermometer in his mouth and stuff. Because Mater is ill.
Mater is ill.
How does Ilmater look?
Look him up. It's Ilmater.
And how would I do a thing like, well, Ilmater is not a dwarven god, dude.
Why can't she? It's your setting.
I don't know. This is not even done for a specific setting. This is one of those mostly generic things. Well, does Ilmater have anything to do with water?
No. I don't think. Mostly justice.
Just us, because it's all about just us, right? That's what
It's
you're
all
trying to
about just us.
say? Ilmater.
It's very dwarven. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see tied hands.
Yep.
Really? Let me see if that... Ilmater, the Forgotten Realms. Pronounced Ilmater. Oh, Ilmater was an intermediate deity of the Faerun pantheon, whose portfolio included endurance, martyrdom. I gotta read the rest of it now. I was just reading the whole.
I actually don't know anything about Ilmater, but I ran an adventure based off her.
And I actually see a picture of a dude, which is funny.
Ilmater's a dude?
I see a picture of the dude. The avatar of Ilmater is a picture of a dude.
Oh, I learned something new. I thought it was a she.
So wait, let's read this. Let's educate.
I know I don't care for Forgotten Realms enough to actually learn.
What? Come on, man. Don't be forgetting about the Forgotten Realms. I mean, for real.
It's quite forgettable. I find that everything I learned I didn't care about.
Endurance, martyrdom, perseverance, and suffering.
Suffering.
It's a dude. He was the god of those who suffered, the oppressed and the persecuted, who offered them relief and support, encouraged them to endure, and who encouraged others to help them, to take their burdens or to take their places. Often called the crying god, the broken god, lord of the rack, and the one who endures. Interesting. I like the idea of the crying god because I have 2 pools of water in here, so they can just be like Ilmater's tears. But
You're going for. Of course, you can't get more generic than Forgotten Realms, in all honesty.
yeah, but that has specific names and stuff.
Yeah, no. Just bullshitting.
The most well-known setting is a forgotten one. I know, right? It's not Ravenloft. Nah, Ravenloft is not one of those big places. It's the Forgotten Realms. Which is true, right? Like, how many... This is going to sound bad, but how many newbies know about, like, Ravenloft or the whole Planescape,
Not nearly as much, because most people come out of Boulder Gate and Icewind Dale.
Yeah, it's the weird thing is I've been gaming in D&D for a while, right? But I know next to nothing about Planescape when you put me up against somebody like Andrew,
Well, Andrew is like a Planescape. What's the word?
You can almost call him a Planescape fanboy.
No, he's more than a fanboy. He admits he's a
what's more than
fanboy.
a fanboy?
He's a Planescape zealot. He's an active evangelist to Planescape.
He actually believes in Planescape. It is his religion.
It's the closest
those,
thing.
It's like those people that believe Cthulhu is real.
I've never met a person who believes Cthulhu is real.
So there's an actual chant, dude. Cthulhu something Cthulhu. I don't know. I can't say it. Just funny words. Boom, boom. So if I do a statue of some sort of god, would it be in this chamber or in the very last chamber? Because if this is supposed to represent a journey, right? You enter in, you go through the pools, you clean your I put the pools there because you know how you go in some churches and they have the holy water and you wash your hands before you enter the church?
Mm.
And if the rest of this is like a journey, then you come here and this would be like the end of your journey, would the statue be here because it kind of makes sense? Or would there be a statue here? Because one, two, 3 rooms. These 2 are the biggest rooms besides the bathhouse room.
The largest chamber, you'd have a prominent statue there.
Technically, is this one.
Yeah.
With all the pillars, that kind of makes sense.
Right.
And if you could even make it on the opposite side of the room where the archway is, because that's where you can offer up offerings to it.
The alcove, right?
Yeah.
This giant ass alcove.
Yep. Why else would you have a giant ass alcove there?
Yeah, I was just kind of putting stuff that looked pretty.
Oh no, it has a purpose.
And let it listen. Let speak to me. It speaks to me. It's saying, "Put me here. I am a statue."
Paul, you're a big fan of Planescape, aren't you? I heard you mention it before.
I like Planescape, but I have a preference towards other things.
Oh, Dark Sun, right?
Dark Sun is a setting.
Dark Sun is a setting.
Some people like Dark Sun. Some
Okay,
people here like Dark Sun. But they remain muted. Let's do that. I remember I was giving Heath a hard time about Dark Sun for a while. Actually,
is Troy still doing the Dark Sun games?
this in here real quick. Actually, I should just probably draw this in.
Is Heath still here?
Yeah. Well, is he? Yeah, he is.
Hey Heath. No matter how only functional your town map is, just take comfort in the fact that it'll always be better than mine.
Terrible, man. Don't talk crap about yourself. Remember, you are a king. The niche king.
But it's not that my throne is high, it's that the throne room is where nobody can find it. Because they haven't heard of it.
The king has the fewest subjects in all of the kingdom.
There are no subjects. There is only him and his kingdom. Well, no one can challenge his power. Think about it.
Yeah, well, what's the point of being
No one can challenge his power. No one can challenge his power. Because no one can challenge his power. I am really bugging out right about now.
You on medication or something?
No, I'm just.
You need subjects to press.
I'm just having fun, man.
Fun? Map making being fun? Nonsense.
You need subjects to press. Because, in language for bully.
Map making is a hella fun.
So in a language you understand. Bully. You need subjects to bully.
You need subjects in which to bula. It's a boule. You pronounce it boule.
That's a thing, but it's not that. No, it's not.
Select. No, that was the head. Oops. I select the head. You gotta select the feet. Work your way up to the head. Heck. Let me just duplicate this layer. Change. Oh, we gotta do this way. Okay. But we got to go to multiply, right? Because multiply, it makes it even better. Oh my gosh, it makes it into squares.
The square is perfect. Square is perfect for a map of capitalist establishment.
Did I select the eraser? No, I didn't select the eraser. Why am I bugging out, huh? You know, I can't be listening to you because you make too much of funny. And when you make too much funny, I forget what I'm doing.
You know, you're trying to go like half Yugoslavian and half Italian.
I don't know what I'm going with this. I'm just going. Just leave me alone.
It just doesn't work.
Just leave me alone. I can make whatever broken accent I want because reasons. Whoever said it needed to be that good? What? Ah,
Dun, 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 dun. So making crop fields and then basically centering the houses around the fields.
the reasons that we feel. Bum 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 bum. Ah. Look. Oh wow. Holy cow. That's somebody just wrote a book. Who was that?
Probably fine.
Yeah, the most well-known setting is a forgotten one. I'm in the middle of having to reinstall. Oh yeah, Wacom drivers. Oh, that's terrible. You know what's been happening to me? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm about to get into freaking Linkin Park. No. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a recent update or what's been going on with either Wacom or Windows, but I've been having to reset my drivers every so often because it's saying that my Wacom is not connected or installed when it is.
Yeah, I get that too.
I've never noticed that happening for the years that I've had this. It's a recent development though, and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
It's like I'll just turn around one day to use my Wacom. I pick up the pen, put it on the Wacom screen, and then it jumps on my TV screen. And then I'm like, wait. And then I click the button to jump screens, and it's not working. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then I go to settings to see if the settings messed up or reset. And it's like, well, we can't do settings because we don't detect your Wacom device. I'm like, good God, I gotta get the driver again and restart again?
Yeah. Pathetic.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine just the eraser point was acting like the
I guess, the tip of the pen. And any of the functionality, like zooming in and where the buttons wasn't working. So not quite the same issue, but still a bitch.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right, but it's okay. No, it's not okay. I was about to start singing another song. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna, just don't mind me.
Oh, I mind.
I know. I know.
Yo. How close would a field be to a wall?
You could put it right up on the wall, like just a few feet, because back in the days, I mean, they made use of that land like crazy. I often find myself not putting enough fields and putting houses too close together sometimes. Real urban, because I can't help it.
Because you urban.
I know, right? Copy the layer styles, and we go down here to the other layer, and we go paste to the layer styles, and it pasted them together. So why is
Still
that?
need to learn to do things in layers when it comes to maps. I've been doing this only on 2 layers, and so there's some stuff that I can't erase.
Yeah, that's why you see I have I'm like a dozen layers, like at the very least. Okay, that should stay like that. Maybe this one I should, because I like to tweak and fiddle and play. Oh, that's normal. That should not be normal. That's why. Right. This is the underlaying layer. Maybe that's a whole. No, it's just an overlay. Put that. There's. Fuck with that one. Bum, bum, bum. Reasons that we feel. Okay, things are getting weird now. Why is that this? That's the same pattern. That's why this thing is not working right, you dolt. I copied the layer style. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to it? It's acting funny. Exit, stage left.
Exit, stage left even.
I know, right?
No, left.
I know, right?
You should give out a visor, Nelson. It would look like Gort.
What? A visor?
Yeah.
Why the visor? Like, I don't understand why it's got to be a visor. It's supposed to be like a dwarven temple. Maybe in a futuristically type setting, visors could be part of the statuesqueries.
Should give it a Metcalfe.
A Metcalfe?
Star Trek.
All right. Does that looks like it's too freaking huge, doesn't it?
No, it looks not big enough.
Something that I think would be kind of interesting is changing the head of that idol to a triangle facing where it is south.
Changing the head to a triangle?
Instead of a circle.
All right. Done easily enough. Statue copy. I'm just going to call this one triangle head. Yeah, here I'm just, there's no reason for me to really do the naming conventions, but I do them anyway, and I should start doing with this. Give me a second to rename my...
Yeah, you're almost doing camelback.
Camelback?
It's a method of, it's a naming convention that's commonly used in programming. Or it's just a way of setting things up so that you have the first letter as capital, and then you go underscore, and then the next one is the next word's letter is a capital.
Oh, yeah. I used to do programming in high school, so maybe that's, I don't know, remnant.
Good way of doing things because it's really easy to find anything that you're looking for. Or if you've lost something, it's just really easy to recover stuff.
Yeah. Why? I don't want. I want to get rid of copy because it's not a copy. I'm changing it to a triangle.
I was wondering if you happen to know how to take a JPEG set of several images that are intended to be used with brushes and to turn them into brushes in Photoshop.
A JPEG set of images.
So you have like a ton of different styles of waves, and then you want to take those and then turn them into a brush instead of just in a JPEG format.
What am I doing wrong? I'm not hiding that. That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm an idiot. What the fuck ever. Sorry. If you have a JPEG, full color, because the brush is not going to be full color.
No, black and white.
Black and white. So if you have your JPEG in Photoshop, and the more color it has, the more values it has, like the blending. It will be a bit muddy because white is 100% transparent and black is 100% opaque. All the values in between just represent transparency. But all you really have to do is just make a selection and go to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and then it becomes a brush. So if let me actually get out of there before I start messing up my layer. So if I go to brush, I got like a no, it's not my brush. I got this brush here, right? Just squiggling. It's a simple round brush. And I go to my drop down menu here, and I've got a bunch of brushes, right? But see this collection? This is like a shape collection. Once you have your brushes in a collection like this, you can save the entire collection. All right? By clicking on this little arrow here. I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but you click on that, and you get this flyout menu. And then you go to Save Brushes. And then it gives you, where you want to save your brushes. You type in whatever you want to type in, and you click Save.
Mm-hmm.
It will save this entire set of brushes. So if you want to make a custom brush set, what you do is that you delete any brushes you have here, and you can do so by just replacing, load brushes, right? Where is this? Presets. Oh, I got to go to my own thing. Just give me a second. All right, these are my brush presets of brushes that I made from scratch. Tile shapes, little brushes, small actions, mostly, whatever. So, did I not do that right? I pressed load or replace. Hit replace, save. No, don't save nothing. Small state. So I'm replacing with a brush pack. This brush pack only has one brush, so I could just delete the brush and literally start from scratch. And when you do that, you start saving your brush presets, and they show up one by one inside this brush menu. And when you're done, you just go here, and I have no brushes here, so it's not going to let me save the brushes. But when you're done, you click Save Brushes, you select the destination to save it, and it now becomes a packet of brushes that you can just load like any other packet that you would normally download.
I appreciate the tip. I've also sent you a message on Facebook that includes the 2 JPEG sets of images that I want to turn into brushes. And that might better illustrate the issue that I'm trying to face.
let me just open a new thing real quick. 300 pixels per inch. Yeah, I might start getting bogged down. But where is Facebook? Facebook's over here. Like that. You sent me a message over Facebook?
Yep.
Is it showing up? There we go. Boom, boom. Oh. Oh yeah, those were the images off of the map making consortium. All right, it's not a problem. It's pretty easy. So why didn't it show up? This is being silly. Don't be silly to me. Open open the image, a new tab, just so I can copy the image. You can right click that image and copy image, and then go over to Facebook and just paste is edit, paste, and it drops it in. Then I go to the second image, right click, copy image, go over to Facebook, and just paste the image again. I know the shortcut keys, so it's not a big deal. Now, what you do, one, if you're gonna make brush packs, you have to make sure that you have the usage rights if you're going to use them in anything commercial or what have you. But if it's just personal and it's never going to see the light of day, so to speak, you have these. Now, remember. Oh, I actually got all this. Okay, let me erase this, and I'm going to show you step by step how it's done. Place the brushes with this piece of shit. Load, and then we delete this piece of shit. So my brush pack is completely empty if you're looking at my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to our selection tool here, and we just drag a selection box around what we want to make a brush. Go over to edit, define brush preset, and name it something.
What was the name of that last step to get to brush name?
I'll go through it again.
You selected the image, and then you went to the edit menu, and I missed that very last step.
Define brush preset. It's the lower. It's the first thing on like the lower third of it. You know, I'll leave it here so you can see it on my screen.
I got it.
And then you just you click that, and then you save it. Now, if you look here, I can actually click it now. That's the only brush I have because I was empty with no brushes. Now I select it, and it's now a brush.
And with that, you could save it as a separate brush.
Yeah. So boom, boom, boom. See how I'm stamping it? The brush has actually been saved, and then you just continue to do that for each and every brush. Right, and you don't need to change the layers. It doesn't matter. It's looking at everything. It can look on the entire image. White being 100% transparent. If you try to do it with the checkerboards, the full transparency, it's going to give you a weird effect where it's feathered. So always make sure you have a white background when you're defining brush presets. And then you just make a selection on the next brush again. Select what you want to turn into a brush. Edit. Define brush preset under the same naming convention because that's how I like to do things. Rows 2. Okay, it is now part of my brush selections. If I go to the brush menu, you see it's there. And you could just go to select, deselect to get rid of your selection.
Excellent.
And then, I mean, since I'm doing it anyway, I might as well go through them all. Edit. And it's really that. I did a tutorial on it before, but it's the same regardless of what brushes you're making. These are easy enough because they're black and white. That's all they are. You know, when you're dealing with something that has different values.
So how about the shortcut? Because I seem to remember there being a shortcut like holding control and using the select tool to create a perfect square when you're selecting something. Is that right now? Control doesn't seem to work with the select tool in that menu to create a perfect.
I'm going here. You see on my screen, I'm getting the marching ants for the select tool. All right, now if you hold Shift.
Okay,
Shift creates a perfect square. If you need to create a perfect square around a very specific central point, after holding Shift, you then press the Alt, and then it scales from center. So holding Shift creates. First, you click to select. After clicking to select and you're drawing out your box, you then press Shift, and you drag around your box. It creates a perfect square. If you need to not drag from that corner, but instead drag from a central point, after doing those first two steps, you then press Alt, and it drags around the central point, and you get your square. Now, if you press Shift before clicking to drag, you're going to add to the selection. Okay? So if you start bugging out, know that you're adding to your selection. To get perfect squares, you have to do a brand new selection.
Thank you very much for that advice. It's very helpful.
No problem, brother. That's what Mappa is for. It's for to help. Or at least that's what I do. I like to help. Not like some people that like to keep all their secrets to themselves.
If I was knowledgeable, I would share them.
I know, dude, you just said you did over 70 hours of work to make a PDF that you're giving away for free. So yeah, I think we know that by now.
I gotta figure out need to probably think of a place to put the name of the town on the map first.
Not in the edit menu, no wonder. Also, if you're creating brush packs with a specific naming convention, like I'm doing now, it's good if you just copy that naming convention up to the first few zeros, and then just paste, add the next highest number, and so on and so forth.
So, how do you feel about commission? Because I know that there's quite a large community in regards to artists who are willing to do commission work.
I feel happy about commissions. I want as much commissions as anybody can give me. Because if I could make this into a 100% full-time career, I'd be more than happy to do so. You know, I've actually done commission work. The Copper Jackal's world map is a commission piece. You know, so I actually gave him the master file that has the variations. He has one that's a full color variation, one that's a sepia variation, and one that adds the crumply paper texture, which works on. Okay, he has the sepia version of the map, the colored version of the map, and then a regional version, a political version that just separates the land masses. You know, you have one continent, but that continent has its separate countries, and I separated the countries for him. With all three versions of that map, you click one option that overlays everything, and then it's the crumply paper option, the one that makes it look like it's on paper. So with that, in total, he has about 6 versions of the map.
So how about rights in a situation like that? Because that's a topic that seems to come up a decent amount, where you have artists who are saying they'll sell some of their rights as part of the commission. You have other people that just want the right of association to the work. How do you feel about that topic in relation to mapping?
Well, personally, if I'm making your map and you design your map, technically it's your intellectual property. I'm representing your intellectual property in a creative way, visually. You know, ultimately, it's your IP. All right. In part, it's my IP because I've actually created it. The visual representation is all mine, and oftentimes people start off with an idea, and the map that I produce is more of a concept. I'm usually given artistic license to a fairly large degree. So a lot of me is in a lot of the map. But when I do commissions, I usually do like one map, um, a 200 DPI resolution, somewhere between a 10K and a 2K map, $50. Your map, your rights, you keep it. I just ask to be noted, recognition when it's a commission.
So then how about the use of, I guess it would be symbols or custom brushes? Do you make custom brushes for these sorts of maps? Or do you find that you rely on more of these open source DeviantArt packages?
I make custom brushes. I have a whole series of custom brushes that I have freely available on DeviantArt.
Tis what I use.
Yeah, let me I'm actually go to my DeviantArt page real quick. All right, this is my DeviantArt page. I've got submit, browse gallery. Currently, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate brush packs that are all freely available to be downloaded off of DeviantArt. I don't charge for it. I don't sell them. I'm not even asking for a pay what you want method. Just here they are. Take them. Have fun.
Make maps even if you suck.
Yeah, it's. See, here's the thing. I'm in an odd place where I want to make a career out of it, but I also enjoy building upon this community that we have. Helping people within the community.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the benefit of being a pretty creative person, so I tend to make maps that people want more. Like they'll make a map and go, okay, mine doesn't look like yours. I want yours instead. I try to help them, but that ends up happening anyway, because every person has their own, like Chepper would say, style.
Mm-hmm.
So
how about in regards to style? Kind of the bird's eye view map versus some of the more 3/4.
It's isometric.
The isometric style.
Yeah, the isometric style. I can do it. I don't usually do it because it's a lot more work. If I were to make isometric icons to be used in maps, I would reserve the right to keep using those isometric icons throughout my commissions, because it's a lot more work. To do an isometric icon correctly is a lot of work. Because you have to worry about how far to push the twisted perspective. What angles are you using? Are you doing 45-degree angles, or I believe 30 or 35 degrees is what they usually do for isometric, video games and icons and whatnot. And then you have to worry about the colors. Are you going to color it? Are you going to shade it? Are you shading with gray value, or are you shading with tones, like in a manga? Manga usually shades with tones. Or are you going full color? And if you're doing full color, you got to worry about color theory, color balance, what colors you're using, and if you're going to be doing the colors in specific layers so you can switch out colors.
So then how about kind of the more rudimentary form of it? Say you have a black and white symbol of a basic city, something like Incarnate, and what I've noticed a lot of people do is they'll take another texture, another colored texture, and put that behind the symbol so that the texture, the color, the values shine through.
Yeah, what I do is I put the land texture behind the actual object, so that the object isn't lost within the map. So it has it's like, hey, I'm here, look to it. But that's what you have to do with Incarnate. With Photoshop, when I do an actual Photoshop commission, I have a lot more control. It's not just a simple sort of stamp. I can actually put down a building or some sort of icon, add outer glows, blends, and whatnot. In one map that I've done in my Volatis map, I actually have, for my town and city icons, isometric town and cities rather than the flat town and cities. But that just takes a lot of work to put together.
No doubt. And on a slightly unrelated note, have you ever done stuff like character sheets? Do you see that being related to map making in some way, shape, or form?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Like, hold on, give me a second. This is I used to do completely custom ones, but these are some quick character sheets that I actually made for when I did my really quick Fantasy Age one shot. You know, I did this. Now Bruce actually hooked me up with some links to fillable form fillable PDFs. When I did these from scratch, which is a pain. But this is the character sheet before form fillable. This was a character sheet. Just fill it out, put it a little bit wider than normal so that I can have a quick image. Because I did these character sheets and ran the game in the same day, so it wasn't too much time to have them look really pretty. But you know, I believe it's the same thing. You know, to have where the hell is it? I'm going backwards. The pictures, you know. If I actually give me a second, and I'll show you some other character sheets that I've done for Fate. Oh, I'm still in the wrong place. The 2D, my 2D works. Let me just see the icons because I've got so many pictures that I've done. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yes, I just don't find order of bus. Did I put them here? I don't see them here. Yep. Alright, give me a second. I'm actually looking for where exactly I put those character sheets. Because they might actually be in a different folder. Custom stuff. That's that.
And how about working on other artists' work in regards to, let's say someone's commissioned a, I don't know, map, and then they come to you and say, hey, I have this map, but it's not quite right, and this person isn't able to or does not want to work on that project. Would you help me out and work on it and find some way of, compensation, I guess is the best word? How do you feel about that kind of work in regards to, I guess it's ethical manner?
It really depends. Like I actually have never been approached to finish another artist's work. The commissions that I've done have been, you know, from the ground floor. I guess that would depend on the artist's work. If I feel that I can do something that works well or build off of it, then I'd say, yeah, you know, I'd give it a go. Let's do this. But if their work and if their style is too different, you know, to mine, like if I pick it up, if it's a character, if it's a character concept, and the final drawing is, you know, half done or third done or 2/3 done, and they just want me to do the final third, and I can't, like it just doesn't look like it fits, I'm just gonna say, this is not for me. I mean, I'll redraw the thing from scratch using their concept, using their general concept. I'll remake the character and take that commission. But to just finish the last third, if I feel like I'm unable to match that style, you know, I just got to be honest with it. If I can't match that style, I can't match that style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, and then give you something that looks like crap.
So then, how about style in relation to art and map making? That sort of topic in developing your own style and moving on from using other people's stencils or symbols, brushes, to making your own and exploring that. What are your thoughts on that whole topic?
Do it. It's simple. Just do it. If you can find free resources, all right, and you can get brushes that other people have made. If like Incarnate is not my style. That's not my style. Incarnate has pre-made textures, pre-painted textures, pre-painted symbols. The only thing that's not pre-painted is the shapes of the land masses. But you know what? Do it. Use it. If you have a resource, if you find a technique, if you discover a tutorial, find someone willing to help you, go that route. Do it. Because that's how you're going to learn. You know? And don't limit yourself. This is like a whole thing I always do on my channel. Don't limit yourself in any way, shape, or form. You discover your style, your abilities, what you're capable of by not limiting yourself. You know, find. I got brushes on my DeviantArt. Go download my brushes. Go download everybody else's brushes. They actually have. I'm getting a weird echo. I don't know what's coming from. Anyway, they actually have continent brushes that you can download from DeviantArt, and these are brushes that are actually fully formed continents. Go get those brushes. If you're working with GIMP or if you're in Photoshop and don't know how to do cartography, use those brushes. Feel free. Then when you get the hang of it, you know, you start to learn, well, I can actually use these continent brushes, chop off a couple of pieces, reorganize them, and then start doing that. And then when you realize, wait a minute, I'm actually making my own brushes that are a derivative of this brush. I could just save those in my own brush set and add to my collection. And then you start to grow and learn more from that. And after a while, you can start using those brushes and modify what they can do and use them to just be fractal coastlines and draw your coastlines. And in time, you start to get the hang of how you like your coastlines to look. And then you just start drawing your coastlines freehand. You know, you can learn and develop and progress as long as one. Huh? Oh, I thought you said something.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, like these waves, right? Or these compass roses. You know, the waves are a bit more simpler, right? You select your box. You go, hey, I got an image. Black and white, it'll be perfect for a brush. Load it up, select your box, you do your defined brush preset, right? I'm obsessed with actually doing it the right way. Right? You save it and you go, okay, I've got a wave. Right? Let me zoom out. And then you make it your brush. So now you have the wave as a brush. Golly, that's great. I want that look for my map. And you put that in your map. And then you're like, well, it's always the same size. Like, I got to click and click and click. And you don't want to go through all that. So then you learn, you know, then you go through tutorials and you learn that you have this menu in Photoshop where you can go to shape dynamics. Oh, wow, what does size jitter do? Right? Well, start here. Spacing. You can actually space it out. All right, so they don't connect. That's great. Then you learn about shape dynamics, size jitter. You put it all up, and you learn about these options, right? And let's just close that for now, and then you can stamp. That's a different size. Those are all different sizes. Holy cow! Like now they're randomized, right? Well, that size is a little bit too small. So then you go, well, there's minimum diameter that's part of the size jitter, so you can make it a minimum size. So you learn that you could put it within a range. Now when you stamp them, there's a range. And when you learned about the spacing, right, you can actually let me make it a little bit easier to check out. Now you can just draw them all over the place if you want. And that's it. You've got a bunch of waves on your map now. All because you started at some place and you were open to learning more things. Then after a while, let me create a circle brush real quick. I can't do this without a circle brush.
Are we at the 2-hour mark for Mappa?
I don't know yet. But let me just, then,
I think so.
Yeah, then you start learning, okay, I've drawn that one brush enough. I want something like it, but not quite it. And then you just start coming up with your own shapes, And then after a while, you just draw them in yourself. Like you get the hang of what zoom level you like to work at that zoom level. How detailed does the wave need to be to look well? And then you just, or you could just do this. That's it. That's a wave. That's another wave. You figure out what you like. But don't be afraid to use another image, especially if this is not a commercial thing. Like if you're just making a map for your own home group, go get the image. If you're going to share it with the community, on Google, there's an actual option when you search on Google, right? Where in the hell is everything that I was doing? Okay, wave, right? Let's just put down a wave real quick. If you're on Google Images, there's more here, right? Search tools, more tools, usage rights. Okay, and then you could find labeled for reuse with modification. So if you're using someone else's image, but you modify it to a certain degree to where it's something new, like any of these, if you modify that image, say if you just want that, let's go here. You see this one peak? You don't want the entire image. You want the one peak, and you want to make, I don't know, a wave elemental, but you want that to be the start of it. Well, you cut out that peak, you draw in some wavy eyes, and then the wave mouth, and then you modify the image. Well, you can use it now. You can share it with people. Under usage rights, labeled for reuse, period, or for non-commercial reuse, it changes what you can find, what tools are available to you. So Wave can do vector image search, and vector images usually get you stuff that are very good for brush creation. Because as you can see, they're mostly just solid colors, And you could just black and white, right there, and you search images, search tools, and under here, just click color and go black and white. Now you get perfect images for making brushes that don't even need modification, right? Then under here, under usage rights, you can further refine your search so that you can be sure if it's a question, like if you wanted to share it with the community or create a commercial product, you can use the usage rights option in Google to see if you can. Or you could just get an account with something like Image Shack and buy their images, and they give you the rights to use them. Or you can have an aunt with a really high definition camera, like I do, that likes to take pictures of everything and go, "Ooh, can I get that picture?" and zoom in and stuff like that. You know, don't be afraid to use every possible tool you can have at your disposal, and use it at your disposal. Just be cool with it. I guess with that, we will come to our end of Mappa, because we are indeed passing that 2-hour mark. So for anyone watching in the future, keep that in mind. Never limit yourself. Always feel free to keep cool and get your craft on in any way, shape, or form. If you're building dungeons with cardboard, 2.5D Scotty style, Wylock style, whatever it is, work your Hirsch starts. Get your silicone molds, cast up a dungeon. Or just draw a dungeon in Photoshop. Hell, get a piece of graph paper and just draw a dungeon. Just do it. Don't limit yourself. Find what you're capable of, and take techniques from everywhere. All right. So anybody watching this, peace out. How do I stop this from being live again? Oh yeah.